Yo, what's going on, Steel Knights? It's Dom here, and check it out. Today we're gonna have to build a hot foam cutting machine. And the reason why I need to do this is because on the CNC machine, I have to put bigger bearings in. And these angular contact bearings can withstand the diagonal and radial force. So we're gonna have to build a mold. We're gonna have to pour some aluminum, but nonetheless, first we have to build this machine. We're gonna have to build a model for this so it can drive the system on the side, and I'll show you that right now. All right, because these bearings in here that I'm using is only a 7mm wide, and it's not for this type of setup. You have to have angular contact bearings, and as you can see, if I put it down here, that's how big it is. And unfortunately, we'll probably have to move this out of the way to get this in here, but we're gonna have to build a whole thing out of aluminum. So I'm gonna do the same design, and I'm gonna just make sure that there's room between this here and this, because if not, this will have to be pushed out this way. So that's what we're gonna be doing, is creating a hot foam cutting machine, building this. All right, so this is the design I came up with, and we're looking at the front view here. It's pretty much gonna be 600 wide by 700 deep, and it's gonna look like this, kind of like a hangman, and it's gonna have a brace here. This is gonna come out 400mm, this is gonna come up 400mm, and it's gonna have that piece of wood right here on top. That's gonna be the tabletop for this, and this is the underneath. So this is all 2x4, so let's start building. So I'm actually gonna throw you guys into first person view because I think it's just a lot easier to do it that way. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. If I remember how to put this back on correctly. All right, so I got you guys in first person view because I have to put my tracks all together. I've never used this before, so see if I have anything over here. Flathead, flathead, flathead. There we go, flathead. Let's go that way. Let's see what we do. I'm gonna try this one too. So I've got to figure out what's happening with this here, because they are overlapping pretty decent. So if I just do this. All right, so it looks good to me. So now we got to set the depth to 12. So I guess that's this here. Do 12. Okay, so the depth is set to 12, that's set to 0. But these ones I'm kind of worried about because these are supposed to be hand. There's a lot of play in them. So it's like a cam. You don't want it too tight, but you just want to make sure it's tight enough, like right there. I still have push in there. I gotta readjust the damn thing. I moved the whole thing out the way, did I? I already got my safety glasses on. Somebody stepped on this plug. Nope. There we go. We could test it. A little deeper. There we go. We just barely skimmed the table here, which is good. So let's measure if that's 700. It is 1 millimeter short there, and almost 2 here. Yeah, almost 2 there, and 1 there. That's still not bad. I'll take that. I'm just gonna take a rasp right quick. This is from metal, but all right, so now that this is complete, we put this off to the side, put this off to the side down here. There's a styrofoam, by the way. All right, so next up is to mark and cut these at 700 and 600. Well, let's go to the chop saw over there and cut the 2x4s to size. All right, I might not even do the planer itself. I might just run it across this here. So we'll go ahead, and because one side's already flat, go ahead and do it like that. That's spinning. So you don't want the whole thing, you just want enough. That way when you push it over, that's gonna hold. So this is a worst piece of crap for this table. Because there's no way to really get this tight. All right, let's give it a shot. Should have actually put the whatchamacallit on. Take a look. All right. Alrighty, here we go. run it through one more time. But we're gonna raise it. We're gonna run it one more again. Should have been all the way down. I guess not. We'll make sure the thing is square. Okay. See how square it is, huh? Might just work. Okay, it's not bad. Just needs to come this way. And then we need just baby screws like these here. Let's see what we got. That's minimal. I'm gonna leave it like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and screw the rest of these in. See if I can do this left-handed, because I'm not a lefty by any means. It's split. Great. Probably the way the grain is on a wood. Put this one a little bit lower then. All right. Put this on here like so. It's not bad. Well, we got to remember it was like 2 millimeters off because of this. I'd rather make this the front. Actually, which side looks better? This side looks better. Let's go ahead and do it like this then. Just a tad bit bigger. Let's make it a little bit even then. Alrighty, because we don't want the wood to split. Actually, I should see if I got a smaller one than this. Alright, I'm just going to open this one up. This is a 3, that was a 3.5. I don't think I have a 2. It's also a 3. I had a 2. Oh, maybe this is a 2 right here. Also a 3. This is the one I broke. Might have a 2 in here. Not there. Alright. So we're gonna do a little drill bit here. There we go. Before I do that, I should have, I think that's for metal. I think I had one for wood. These ones here. Yeah, I think we can use that. I think we can get away with just the itty bitty. Of course, the one I need is not even there. Let's see if I have one of these puppies. Could be this one right here. Nonetheless, because my father-in-law likes to fucking lose shit, that's why I have my own stuff. Probably don't need it that strong. Let's work on this side first. See, I knew it freaking moved. All right, looks good. Just for good measure. I know most of y'all are saying it's overkill. So next up is 400, 400, and a 222.51. So that's just 222.5. So we're gonna do the two 400s, and then we're gonna have to put it down on the machine again over there. So let's bring this over here. Alrighty. Let's see if I can get two. I should be able to get that. Should be just enough left. Yeah. Should probably just make it 500. Change of plans, 500. The higher it is, then the more I can do. Probably should just make it 600 then. Let's do 600. 600 high. But one will be 600 high. The other one's gonna have to be 400 long. Double check. Somewhat 600. There we go. I think I just guesstimated that perfectly. 400. $400. All right. And then we need a 222. So I guess we can also do it this way. 222.5. Maybe I should do 225 since we did make it a lot higher. We'll go ahead and just do 225. Okay. $25.5. Let's go ahead and, these ones are just gonna match up like this, and then this is gonna come in here like that. So I need the angles of this right quick. Paper is right here. So, looks like 63.5. Okay, that's all I needed. All right, since we're gonna be working on the back, that's the long piece like this. And this is gonna come like this, just at the top. So, first let's see if we can't get any screws into the things here. And these ones, these are way too long, I think. Oh, these ones maybe these ones here. We're gonna go ahead and put these screws in. Let me make it a little bit tighter. And we can see if this is even at all. Alright, what do you know? It's just a little bit off. That's because it's pulling from this way, so if I put another screw in directly in the middle, theoretically, it should work. Not entirely. So I don't have my rubber mallet, but All right, there we go. Does it look better like that? Look better like that. Looks better like that, I think. All right. Think what's the dimension of this, because that's going to be dead center. So we need 30 centimeters because half was 60. So theoretically, that's where that hole should be. Theoretically. And it's the same thing for up here. If I go from the back side, but I can't. All right, so now I'm trying to figure out for an example of where I need this to be. All right, so now I gotta cut a hole in here. There we go, way better. I still want something. That could be just from this here now, but we're about to put some good screws in those. I know, you probably think it's overkill what I'm doing. gonna see if it's straight. All right, so it's fairly tight, but it's not tight enough. Not bad. And we could test it out right quick. Kind of want to know how actually straight that is. All right, so we have the jumper cables here. Unfortunately, I have to do it like this. Turn these all the way down. All right, so we're at 7 volts, 1 point something amps, and it definitely needs to be tighter. Look at that. Is
Alright, Still Nuts, it's Dom here. Check it out, we just got done building this, and I hope you guys stay tuned to the end of this video because this is where the magic really happens. That being said, this Nichrome wire that I'm using, this nickel chromium wire, it is too thin for this application, so you want to make sure that you buy a thick enough wire. This is 0.1 millimeters, and I bought a 0.4 and a 0.8 that it's on its way. Also, we will be building a PID-style electronics controller to control the output temperature, and it's going to have also a readout. Stay tuned for that video coming out because it's going to be very interesting on how this all comes together to build the final piece that we need, and that is to use the foam to do some metal casting because I have to build the ball nut housing for the new bearings that I will be putting in. That being said, stay tuned. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and let's get building.